Hello, hello, darlings. Hi. Oh my gosh. I'm so nervous for today, but we're playing some D&D. Yeah. That's really the main thing is that we're playing some D&D and you know, it'll be okay. I'm not really used to talking to people talking to people like verbally while I stream, so I'm a little nervous about that, but it'll be okay, right? Yeah. So I'm there's multiple people here. I don't know if you know all these guys, but I'm with Tuco, which I did a thing with earlier. That was the person I did my Monster Prom stream with. And then we also have Aya, Papaya, Kieran, and Sapphire. Which all of their links are down in my description. But yeah, we're playing some D&D. And I have, so my character is going to be a Deep Gnome monk. So yeah, but I'm going to stay on this. So, on the screen. So I do have this here. Here, I'll make it bigger for you guys to read. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I drew something. But yeah, I'm just really nervous. So yeah, I hope that you guys like this stream. And yeah, I'm gonna rejoin the voice call in a moment. So yeah, have fun and feel free to talk. If everyone's talking, I'm gonna use my little texting right here to chat. Cause yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy.
Different stuff. Maybe something happened, and Gundren was there to help you. Maybe you were hanging off the edge of a cliff and Gundren gave you some rope. And in any means, you know Gundren Rockseeker, and he requested that you transport some supplies, and you obliged.
They started without me.
Think about why you obliged, what you did, and then when Miss Penn gets back, we'll begin properly.
I came back and I thought you guys started without me. And I was like,
No.
Never.
No, I was just trying to do a little fleshing out for everybody who was still present while I was waiting for you to come back.
Okay.
Don't worry.
If he goes too far, we'll bite his ankles.
Yes, we will.
I'm scared.
You
I'm
should
horrified, actually.
Be afraid.
I am afraid. I'm entirely too afraid. I'm shaking in my... I want to say leather boots, but I feel like they're more of a cashmere. Anyway, so... howdy everybody, and welcome to the very first session of VTubers Play Dungeons & Dragons. I'm here with several of my VTuber friends. I've got Ms. Kera Penn with me.
Ah!
Kera, if you want to say hi.
Hi. Hi. I don't know if there's anything else you want me to say.
I didn't even hear you say hi.
Oh, no. What? Hello.
I've got Ms. Aya Papaya.
Oh, hi. Hi.
Midnight Kieran, or Midnight Lycoy.
Ahoy!
And Sapphire Assassin.
Yeah.
And, well, this is just a little experiment that I'm holding, just to see if something could be a little bit fun. I'm introducing some people here, and some people here have already played tabletop games, but everybody here isn't entirely familiar with Dungeons & Dragons. I've only done a few sessions DM'd myself, and I've never actually played the game as a player. So, I've gathered them all here today to see if we could just have a little bit of fun and goober around a bit. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. So, starting off our story. In the city of Neverwinter, a dwarf named Gundren Rockseeker asked you to bring a wagon load of provisions to the rough-and-tumble settlement of Phandalin, a couple days' travel southeast of Neverwinter. Gundren was clearly excited, and more than a little secretive about his reasons for the trip, saying that only he and his brothers, found something big, and that he'd pay you 10 gold pieces each for escorting his supplies safely to Barthen's Provisions, a trading post in Phandalin. He then set you out on a horse, along with a warrior escort, set out on horse, along with a warrior escort named Sildar Hallwinter, claiming that he needed to arrive early to take care of business. You've spent the last few days following his trail on the high road south from Neverwinter, and recently you veered east along Tribor Trail. You've encountered no trouble so far, but this territory can be dangerous. Bandits and outlaws have been known to lurk along the trail. And so the group of you, it's about midday. The group of you is just kind of meandering along Tribor Trail, sitting and who's driving? Who's driving this wagon? There's 2 oxen pulling it along, and who's at the reins? Which of you would do it?
Not me.
For legal purposes, I'm not allowed to drive.
Off to a strong start.
Miss Penn is apparently driving, and if you look at what I sent you, Geki, you'll see why.
I mean, if Penn wants to drive, I'm all for that.
Me?
Miss Penn, are you at the helm?
I'm just a short little guy. Sure.
Doesn't mean you can't have a little box to sit on.
I have 3 little books I'm sitting on. Sure,
It's
I'll
a car
drive.
seat.
This
Ice
little
for Penn.
gnome, this little deep gnome sits at the helm of the wagon, stacked with a few little books stacked up underneath her, and she whips the reins on the oxen and drives them forward. Is anybody sitting on the wagon? Are you guys do you prefer to walk alongside it, or would you tag behind a little bit further back?
I'd be sitting on the wagon.
All right.
Can I ride the oxen?
Alistair, you're sitting in the wagon, and Verona, you'll be sitting in the wagon as well, but if you would like to, I can have you roll to ride one of the oxen.
Yes.
Alright, so do me a favor and roll an acrobatics check.
Aha. Oh dear.
You can do this.
I did it! Ah!
I believe in you.
19.
Alright, so, in almost complete silence, this tiefling that you've been traveling with, you haven't talked much, Alistair, but this tiefling stands up all of a sudden, like a shadow over their face, and they just kind of lean back a little bit, and then tumble straight forward, launching themselves into the air, and they land on the back of one of the oxen, and the oxen kind of startled is just like and it thrashes around for a few seconds before the tiefling steadies themselves and calms the ox down, stroking its back a little bit. It chills out and then just kind of continues going on forward. But for a moment, the entire cart was jostled as the oxen thrashed around.
That
Excellent.
was impressive.
I'm the captain now.
Sure you are.
And you hear this. you hear this tiefling just kind of gremlin mumbling to itself about something about captaincy. Anemia, where are you?
Look at the message I sent you.
Ah, okay, hold on. Let me see. Ah. I see. So are you going to be, are you not with the party at the moment? Are you okay, so you're in the town already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just making sure. All right, so for the 3 of you then, you notice that it's been a really quiet ride, very uneventful. And after a few hours, the boredom kind of starts to take hold, It's still about a half a day's trip to Phandalin. And, you notice you've never really met any of these people before.
I somehow probably haven't noticed this drow, this entire trip somehow. but
Oh, you have.
oh,
You
I have.
You
I
knew-
have.
you knew-
Okay.
Yeah. You were introduced to the crew at the start. You didn't
Okay.
learn their names or anything, but Gundren was just like, these are the people that you'll be riding with. Make sure to keep my provisions safe. And then he rode off with Sildar.
Dramatically, you know.
So, what have you been doing the entire trip? Have you been like glaring,
I
like
have
watching your
been
back,
glaring
trying
at
to check and
Alistair.
see? So this entire time, the gnome that's driving the carriage has been like shooting daggers back at you, Alistair.
I would be questioning as to why, but I wouldn't say anything yet because we're not even at our destination. I don't want to start shit.
So it's kind of an awkward ride. Verona, you're incredibly bored at this point, but riding the ox made things a little more fun. Do you want to do anything to liven things up?
Who?
Miss Verona?
Oh, me. Oh,
Yes.
Huh?
Were you not paying attention?
I got lost.
Don't worry, that's fine. Okay, so I was saying that you.
Can I just pet the animals and vibe? Maybe sing a little tune.
Yes. I was just saying that, you know, after a while, the trip is long and you've still got about half a day to go. Is there anything that you want to do to maybe liven things up for yourself? Or was riding on the bull fun enough? Or ox?
Can I decorate the bull?
Yes, you can decorate the bull. Do me a favor and roll performance.
Okay.
This
Oh,
poor
I'm
ox.
divine.
This
It is
poor
loved.
ox. I
It is
swear.
Yeah,
loved.
I feel bad for the ox.
Don't feel bad. 21.
Alright. So, now on top of that, roll animal handling.
Okay. Boom bam. 16.
Alrighty. So, you produce from seemingly nowhere a pouch of glitter and sequins, as well as some paste made from tallow, and you start to rub it along the oxen's back and horns, and its sides, and before you know it, everyone in the party, you catch like glints of sunlight bouncing into your eyes in a way that they weren't before, coming from the front of the wagon. Orla, you're particularly jarred by this,
I
since
am
your eyes are sensitive.
watching in horror, and I'm like, what
And
are
you watch as this tiefling stands up on the back of this ox, like, and just kind of surfs on it as they sprinkle glitter and sequins all over it. And what color is your
To be
glitter?
the prettiest girl at the party.
What color is your glitter?
Purple and gold.
So you've got purple and gold glitter and sequins just coating this ox. And the ox stays relatively calm throughout the entire process. Only a little bit of like, kind of annoyed. But like,
Good
for the
boy.
most part, it's just sitting there taking this. As
Dare I
its
ask where
body
you got the
begins to
glitter?
glitter and gleam with obscene amounts of gaudy attachments just kind of rubbed all over its body.
Frodo,
Well,
what
now
are
no
you
one
doing?
can steal him. He's ours.
Am I allowed
Mine.
to where you got the glitter?
Are you allowed to what? Sorry?
Can I ask where you got the glitter?
For legal purposes, no.
That's
Uh,
not concerning at all.
It's okay. It's okay. It's alright. It's okay.
Alright.
Just look at the pretty oxen.
So you
Not my
just kind of
definition of
spend
pretty, but okay.
you spend a few hours watching as this ox is just covered in glitter, and like is very haphazardly made pretty. And after a while, Orla, you notice something strange. You've come around a bend, and the like sight makes you stop, you pull on the reins and the oxen halt. The caravan ceases to move. Because ahead of you... Hold on. Ahead of you, the path is blocked by the corpses of 2 horses.
Horses? Oh my
Huh?
god.
Yes.
Can
Each horse, it's clear to see,
Corpses
each
of
horse
yours.
has several arrows, tipped, or not tipped, but fletched with black feathers sticking out of their bodies. Blood
No.
kind of lightly dripping from the wounds.
Can I hop down
Babies.
and like go like investigate or anything like that?
Yes, you may.
Okay. I just want to make
So-
sure that we're not in danger.
You flop out of the cart.
I do
at your,
like land on my face though.
you watch as the gnome in the front of the cart, Alistair, just leaps forward to go investigate and immediately face plants right into the mud beneath your feet.
Graceful landing.
Pulls themselves back up off the ground. The sun has started to set by now, and walks through the trail just for a few steps as they approach the horse. Now, are you going to attempt to inspect and see what happened? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
All right. Roll investigation.
Okay. Here, let's see. That would be a 16.
16. Okay.
Yeah.
You notice that the saddlebags, attached to the horses, have been looted, and an empty leather map case sits, kind of partially torn apart, and strewn off the horses, a little bit off the path, near a dense thicket that lies on the side of the road. Let's see.
Is there anything like on the arrows, or is it just like normal arrows minus the black feathers?
They're crudely made flint arrows.
The spiders must be behind this. I'm joking.
What
Is
is
that a
that
cat?
sound?
That is Mittens.
Burn to Mike. I love you.
There's a little kitty that's purring. Oh, so cute.
Why can't you purr like that, Penelope? Do you hate me?
Okay. As you're
Oh.
as you're checking out the saddlebags, you hear a rustle in the thicket nearby, near where the map case is.
Well, I'm gonna scream, I guess. And Orla's kind of a
Immediately.
wimp.
Immediately, you hear just this shrill shriek. Go ahead and scream for us, Miss
Was that loud enough?
Pen. Nope, I didn't hear
I
anything.
did not even hear it.
You might want to turn off crisp if that's enabled on your Discord.
Oh gosh. Do I have to scream again?
Yes, you'll have to scream again.
How do I turn it off? Oh, there we go. Oh gosh. How do I do that again? I'm sorry for people watching my stream. I did that without warning. Let's see.
All right, unleash a screech.
There you go.
There we go.
And immediately
Okay.
hearing the screech, I run towards where Orla is.
All right, Verona, do you react?
I'm probably crying over the horses, I'm not gonna lie. They did nothing wrong!
So you're not gonna react. You're just gonna stay crying.
Am I baby and all these horses? There's blood. Ah.
All right, so Verona is just weeping on her gold and purple sequined ox about the dead horses. So the only two people who technically spring into action, the only person who springs into action is Alistair. Orla is screaming in terror of whatever's in the bushes. Alistair is charging towards the action to find out if Orla's okay, and Verona is crying over horse corpses. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Alrighty, Alistair, you reach Orla and look around. It seems like there's something in the bushes. You can't quite make out what. Roll perception. Hello?
Alistair?
Alistair.
The cat ate them.
Sorry, my push to talk wasn't working.
Oh, okay.
You go roll perception.
Yeah, I heard that. I do have disadvantage in certain lighting. That's why I was trying to ask. You said the sun has started to set, correct?
Yeah, the sun had started to set. It's technically dim light, so you don't need to really worry too much about
Okay, that's why I was
You have to
asking.
roll with disadvantage. You're chilling. All right.
It's thinking.
The dice is taking a minute to roll. It's gotta finish its thing up. You know, it's doing its thingy.
A 17.
Ooh.
Perfect. So a 17.
Yes, the 17.
All right. Let's see. Let me. Go ahead and there we go. And all right. Congratulations. In the bushes, you kind of gaze into the bushes, and through like the shade and the dark, your specialized eyes allow you to perceive these moving figures, kind of hissing and snarling through the thickets, and before you really have much time to think about what's going on, you hear kind of like a as the sound of a bow kind of being pulled back and releasing, and of an arrow coming straight toward you. Roll for initiative, the three of you.
Of course, it's when I'm not with the party that a battle starts.
Wait, so okay, this is gonna be a, oh wait, can I, wait. Oh my gosh, I can roll inside the, okay. There we go. Sorry, I'm amazed that I can roll inside the thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't need to do a physical roll.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I got an 18.
Okay. Let's see. So, the group of you, Verona.
Oh,
Miss Papaya. Are you gonna roll for initiative?
I forgot what it was called.
It's called initiative. It's the big
It's next to the
die on your
shield.
character sheet that's right next to the shield.
Ah, I'm stupid.
Don't be afraid to ask any questions, Miss Papaya, if you need to.
I got a 12.
Excellent. Okay, so let's begin. Essentially, oh, was that my music bot? I was literally about to
Yes.
use that.
Your music
Come on,
bot
music
said
bot.
no.
It just
Yeah,
yeeted from
to have it rejoin.
No, thank you. I'm gonna take a break.
Like, oh, you muted me? Bye.
There you go.
Hee.
The perfect music for this kind of thing. Here we go. So, a goblin emerges from the
Skyrim.
bushes and fires an arrow at you, Alistair. Let me see.
That's Skyrim.
Yes, it is Skyrim. The arrow soars through the air and strikes you in your leg, Alistair. Right above,
Of course.
right above your knee. You take 2 damage. let's see. Immediately, you hear this kind of growling sound coming from the bushes, and another goblin runs out. Seems to be like screeching a battle cry as it runs forward towards the oxen, and it seemingly in an attempt to disable them. So Verona, this goblin runs straight towards you. It's got a little scimitar raised over its head, and it brings it down on one of the oxen.
I kill it.
It slashes the oxen across the neck, and with one strike, the oxen's head is almost completely chopped off.
Big oof.
Is there a way
Poor
to
ox.
reverse that and kill the goblin?
No, there's a way to kill the goblin, but not to reverse the damage it just did to your ox.
What is the
Which
most
ox was it?
painful
Was
thing
it-
I can do?
Was it the glittery one or was it the other one?
Yeah, that's
need
the question. Was it the glitter one? Or
It was the
one?
non-glittery one.
What
Okay.
is the
Okay,
most
good.
painful way to kill a goblin?
That's up to you to decide. It's the limits of your imagination. Anyway,
I
so
will flay its skin, use it as a prop to one of the others.
okay.
Don't touch my babies.
Orla, it's your turn.
Okay. Let's see. You know, I quite like that ox too, because even though it wasn't bedazzled, you know, like it was still
He
special
was
in my
nice.
heart. I've been driving it. I've been forcing it to walk across the world for me. So like, I'm just gonna like, I don't know. I can't really like punt the goblin because I'm its size. So like, let me just go over there and like, I'm just
I'll let
gonna
you try.
unarm- What?
I'll let you try to punt the goblin, even though you're its size.
I'm
It's the
just gonna
same
go
size,
over and do like I'm just gonna punch it because I'm a monk and that sounds fun.
Sure thing.
I'm gonna like I don't know like
I'll let you get
Go
a
ahead
hit in
and make
before I
your
use
punch
it.
roll.
okay I roll a two d4s. Is that what this is saying to me?
You roll first. You have to roll to hit.
Okay, and that's a d20.
Yep, it should be.
Okay.
Specifically, if you look at your character sheet, like it'll tell you the specifics of it,
Okay.
like your modifier and all that.
Well, it says +4 for my modifier, but it doesn't say what dice to use. But I got a 19.
Well, oh
whenever
yeah,
I
if you
rolled
click on it, it automatically rolls the die and like
Oh, okay.
factors in the thing.
I don't
So
need
since
my
you rolled a 19,
clickety-clackities.
+4 is your modifier.
Okay.
So since
it
you
got
like
21
rolled the
whenever I
d20,
rolled.
yep, you go up.
Okay.
Specifically, that would be 23. So that is a definite hit. And then you can make another unarmed strike as a bonus action because you're a monk, right?
Probably.
The answer is yes. So, then go ahead and make the roll for the other unarmed strike to hit, and also roll the damage for that one that you hit already.
So the first hit was 6, and then the other unarmed strike would be a 9. And so I
Okay.
don't know if I did that or not.
Your 9 misses.
Okay.
However, you deal 6 damage with that first unarmed strike. So a quick palm thrust from you, like towards that goblin that harmed. Are you going for the goblin that harmed the horse or the oxen?
Yeah.
Okay, so like, Verona, you're sitting there like tears filling your eyes as you watch this oxen get partially decapitated by a goblin, and before you can even react, you watch as the small gnome that was screaming earlier puts a palm to the goblin's chest, and its sternum just shatters, and it coughs up
Excellent.
blood, and like falls to the ground, hacking. It's knocked prone, and therefore has to skip a turn as it gets up. And in addition to that, it is almost dead. Like, visibly you can see, like, there's like a hand-shaped indent in its chest. Granted, it's a small hand, but it's a hand nonetheless.
It's still a hand-shaped indent. That's what matters.
Yes, that's what matters.
Tiny palm force go.
Then you hear, like, that familiar kind of hissing as another goblin emerges from the thicket short bow drawn, and it fires an arrow at Verona on top of the oxen. Let's see.
Do I roll to deflect or something?
No, not yet.
Okay.
All right, Verona. The arrow flies through the air and it strikes you in the stomach. You take 4 damage.
Oh.
Go ahead and apply that to yourself.
Where do I do that? Oh, haha. Oh, I'm dumb.
Yep.
Ha. Boom. Oh.
And
All right.
would you
Now.
answer my inquiry in DM?
Oh, yeah, sure. Sorry, I have my Discord messages muted for this kind of thing.
Fine.
Do I just blink?
Okay. It is your turn, Ms. Papaya.
Can I rip out the arrow and stab the goblin with it?
You might hurt yourself more in the process if you.
Never
think about
mind.
that.
Never mind, you're right. Did the other goblin have a weapon on it?
The other goblin did have a weapon on it.
It has a
I
scimitar
snatched
and
that weapon.
Yeah, it
and
dropped a
decapitate
scimitar on
the
the
other
ground.
one.
Alright, so I'll let you do this, but you have to roll well for it.
Okay.
So, roll sleight of hand.
Which one's that? Oh, found it. Haha. Smartest. Oh, 7. I'm dead.
Wait, you rolled a 7? Like,
Yeah.
to do it? Okay, yeah, no. So, unfortunately, as you, like, attempt to roll across the ground, and grab the scimitar to attack the, goblin that shot at you with an arrow, you, like, grab the scimitar, but the pain from your wound shoots through your stomach, and you kind of, like, double over and, like, clutch the arrow, and the scimitar slips out of your hand. Is there anything else you want to do this turn with relation to movement? Because that's your action. Your action's been used up.
Can I use one of my light crossbows?
No. Like, weapon attacks and, like, doing specific things, you can move if you want to, but you can't, like, make an attack or, like, drink anything or anything like that.
Alright, crawl under the caravan for shelter.
Alrighty. So, Verona, you go ahead and take cover. You are big chilling underneath the cover. You hide under the caravan while everybody else is attacked by goblins. Let's see. Alright. Finally, a 4th goblin jumps into the thick of it. And it has, like, a slingshot in its arms, or in its hands, ready to throw something, like a little rock, at Alistair. And it attempts to, like, sling a rock at him, and it misses. Just barely. This rock flies past your head, Alistair, and makes, like, a little dent in a tree behind you. Let's see. The goblin stamps its foot angrily and starts trying to forage other rocks up off the ground. Alistair, it is now your turn.
Since that goblin shot at me, I'm gonna shoot back at it.
Alright, bet. Make your attack roll.
Which goblin? The one that tried to shoot a rock at you, or the one that shot an arrow in your knee?
The one that shot a rock
there were
at
2
me.
that shot at you. The one that shot a rock. How dare it? Wonderful. Alright, and roll damage. You draw your longbow back, just infuriated that that goblin would try to smack you in the bean with a rock. You draw an arrow, and you loose it. And the arrow soars through the air and strikes the goblin right square in the hand. Goes straight through and almost obliterates the goblin's tiny hand with your, like, huge comparison, or by comparison at least, arrow. And so the goblin drops the short bow, or the sling in his hand, and kind of goes That was perfect. Exactly
That's
what
what
I
you
was
get
going
for
for.
throwing a rock at me.
Gets mad about the rock, but not the arrow to the knee. Okay.
As
You
you
have your
should.
priorities.
Okay. Another goblin, the one that shot the arrow into Alistair's knee, takes out its scimitar and begins running towards Alistair with a rallying cry of like, and it runs at you and makes a swiping slash. Let's see. It hits.
Oh.
It rakes its scimitar right across your gut, Alistair, and it kind of splits your side open a little bit. This like cold steel pain shoots through you from your stomach, and you lose 6 hit points.
Oh shit.
Fuck!
Wait,
No.
isn't that all your HP because he took 2 damage earlier?
No, it's not all of Alistair's HP. Alistair has 13 hit points.
Oh.
Pretty
I'm
tanky.
baby at only 8.
Yeah, I rolled really well for my constitution.
That's
I
good.
got 6.
Suddenly, you hear, like, the rush of someone sprinting towards your direction. Let me... Nemea, you, like, leap over some brush and into the fray. Rolling your initiative as you leap over some brush and one of your feet gets tangled in it. And you kind of flop flat on your face.
Can I do an acrobatics check to roll?
To like roll and hit the ground. Go ahead, roll an acrobatics check. All right, I'll give it to you.
Oh damn! Okay.
You roll as you hit the ground, and although you still scuffed your entry, I'll make it so that your initiative count is 1 higher, which means you get to go before a goblin.
Yay!
Alright, so you you scuff it, you get tangled in some branches, and you hit a nice roll to kind of counteract that negative effect. Good thinking on the fly. Alright. Orla, it is now your turn.
Yay! You know, having this goblin, like, almost dying underneath me, it's actually kind of fun. So I'm going to stomp on it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for your unarmed strike.
Whoa.
Okay. Let's see. I need to do that again. Bonk. Okay, so I got a 15 to hit.
Alright, and roll damage.
4.
You kind of like see Orla, like you see the goblin on the ground, and it fills you with this kind of like battle-fueled glee. Everyone else, you kind of like in the side of your eye, you hear like a little giggle as Orla seems to have gotten this wicked grin across her face. The gnome has this just kind of sneer and brings her foot down with lightning fast speed on top of this goblin's neck, and you just hear a sickening as the goblin's neck is just squashed, its head sickeningly and pops off beneath this this gnome's foot.
You know, I would have thought you'd have more tact than that than to decapitate something with your foot. But I suppose I'll do.
And seeing this, one of the goblins, like, kind of, you watch as its ears kind of pin back a little bit, and it goes, and turns around and runs into the trees. However,
Was I
its
near it?
fleeing provokes an opportunity attack from Orla.
Yay!
Orla, make your melee attack.
Is that just my unarmed strike? Or
Yep.
what do you mean? Okay. Here we go. An 18 to hit.
Go ahead and roll your unarmed strike damage.
also a 4.
You bring your foot around after decapitating the goblin with it, and you do a vicious leg swipe that slams into the goblin's shins and breaks them.
I had
The
blood on my
goblin
leg,
kind
and
of
now he's even more
squeals.
covered in blood.
The goblin kind of squeals like and falls over onto the ground and starts trying to crawl away on its hands.
We know how to do some damage.
Its turn ends and it's only able to get around 15 feet away from the party as it crawls into the bushes. Verona, it is your turn.
Yeah, that's a mood.
That's a fucking mood.
Well, let's see what we've gotten. Bedazzled oxen, lost an oxen, shot. I'm under a caravan. Can I just like patch myself up while y'all fight for your lives?
Sure.
Hey.
Roll a medicine check. You're still hiding under the thing, right?
Yeah, I'm not moving.
All right.
Nate, please don't let me die.
Alrighty.
Hey, a 20.
That's an unnatural 20. Congratulations. Okay, so with the arrow in your stomach, you clench your teeth. You know what you have to do. You grab the haft of the arrow and you wiggle it around a little bit, and the pain is excruciating as you force the arrow through your flesh to the other side of your body and pull it out. That is the safest way to take out that arrow. So you push it through, pull it out the other side, and then you wrap a scrap of cloth from your clothes around it, and
I was gonna
just wrap it
say,
super tight.
if she
and
had a
to form
knife, she could have
tourniquet.
just extended the entry wound and pulled it out.
She could have.
Could've.
But she wraps it around herself like a tourniquet and tightens it. You recover 1 hit point, and you no longer have that arrow sticking in you.
I'm free.
So go ahead and add 1 hit point back to yourself. You're at 3 HP now. Let's see. The slingshot goblin that was previously gatted by Alistair, is still in a frenzy, looking for a rock to throw, and it manages to find one. It winds up its sling, chucks a rock at Alistair.
Wait,
and
it's
Alistair,
again, though.
It finds it, loads it into its sling with one hand, and then picks it up holds the sling, slings it around, and throws it, chucks the rock, and the rock slips right past Alistair once again. This one further than the last one, as the goblin's aim is clearly being thrown off by its injuries. It zooms past you, Alistair, and just falls helplessly to the ground. The goblin, noticing how screwed it is, throws its sling to the ground and starts trying to run away. Let's see. It makes it 30 feet away before ending its turn. Alright. Alistair, it is your turn.
That goblin is really intent on doing damage to me, isn't it?
And now it's running away. What are you gonna do about it?
Revenge.
I mean, I can't just let it get away for trying to hurt me yet again.
Revenge.
So I'm gonna aim another arrow at it.
Alistair draws back his bow, and go ahead and make your ranged weapon attack. The arrow soars through the air and strikes a tree right behind the goblin's head as it flees. Are you gonna move, or to pursue it, or are you going to just allow it to leave?
If I wasn't as hurt as I was, I would pursue it. Is there anywhere where I can take cover near me?
Anywhere you can take cover. You could take cover inside the cart. You could take cover under the cart, like Verona's currently doing. You could hide behind some trees or in a bush.
I'm gonna hide behind trees for now, just to be safe.
So you kind of get yourself off the trail and down behind a tree. And the goblin runs off into the forest.
I had a 10 initiative.
The oh yeah. Your initiative count. I completely forgot. I'm sorry. You're not in my initiative order, so I actually like have to remember that you're there. All right. So that goblin is currently fleeing, and you are good to make your move.
Did it happen to run past me as it was fleeing?
It did not happen to run past you. It's running like more off to the off towards the, I would say, the east into the woods.
Is there a possible? Okay, is it near the other one that's crawling? Because I know you said it went 30 feet while the other one crawled 15.
Yes, the other one crawled 15. It's crawling in the same direction, but they're about 10 feet to 15 feet apart.
Okay. Then I would like to do a multi-action.
Alright.
I would like to move close to the one crawling, grab it, and throw it at the one running away.
Okay. Do me a favor and roll an athletics check as well as a perception check.
Let's see how the athletics go. Okay.
All right. And perception. Okay. So, you lift up the goblin's flailing body, the one who has shattered shins and is attempting to crawl away. You pick him up, and you're really straining, and you see your target, and you attempt to throw its body over to the other one. But as you do that, you kind of get tired, and so with your weak arms, you just kind of flub the throw, and the goblin's body just kind of falls headfirst onto the ground, and it dies.
I'll take the unintentional murder. Why not?
I mean, hey, one less goblin.
And, looking over at the gnome, you realize that if you let that one leave, we're going to have more of them come in, and your friends who are already injured are probably going to get killed.
They're not my friends.
They're your travel party because of the dwarf, therefore your responsibility.
Do you want me to take it out?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so, be aware, this is gonna be a hell of a race. Orla, your movement speed is less than that of the goblin, so I'm gonna have you roll a, we're gonna call it an athletics check to catch up.
Can
I
I
cast
actually take
guidance?
the ox?
You want to ride the oxen? Move slow, just so you know.
No,
They're not
okay.
the fastest
Never mind.
runners in the world.
I thought...
Dear sweet gecko,
Yes.
may I roll guidance?
May you roll guidance? Ah, yes, you can give a guidance. You can give Orla guidance.
I would like to roll for my guidance.
Alright. So, when it comes to giving guidance, you just, choose them.
Mhm.
Choose the person that you want to give guidance. And then, on that
I
next...
have to go touch her.
Yeah, so, you go ahead and walk up. You put your hand on her. You say anything?
Let's hope that this will help you catch up.
Okay. So this strange this stranger that has come up off the path places a hand on you, says something in the way of being encouraging, and this tiefling places her hands on you, and you feel like a little bit of power kind of surge into your body.
Okay, quick question though. Where did you place your hand? Was it on my head, on my shoulder,
I placed it on your shoulder as to not offend you.
Okay.
Considering I watched you assassinate 2 gnomes by kicking it and stomping on it, I'd rather not take my chances.
Okay. Alrighty. So it's my turn?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna just nod at you. Maybe like give you a little smirk. And yeah, how fast do I catch up to it now?
Well, specifically, guidance gives you, like, the ability to, when you roll for an ability check or a saving throw or something like that, you can add an extra d4 to it. So,
Okay.
You
Like,
should be able to dash
I'm gonna
as
say,
well.
yeah, so you can take your dash action, which doubles your movement speed, right?
Where do I find that on my character sheet?
You can just say, I'm going to take a dash action. That's, like, what you do.
Okay.
It's nothing, like, that you have to activate or anything like that. But so dashing doubles your movement speed, so that makes you able to move 50 feet. I'll explain like why that works the way it does in a brief moment, like out of character moment after this combat is over. But so you take the dash action, that increases your movement speed to 50 feet instead of 25. And I'll make you roll athletics to catch up with the goblin.
Okay.
So, let's see.
Now with guidance,
roll
you can
after.
roll
Yeah.
the d4 either before or after your check.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do my check first because it's a -1. So okay, it's 16. So if I
Alright.
roll a d4, would it make a difference or do I not know?
You start running after the goblin, and it doesn't quite seem like you'll be able to catch up to it.
Okay.
But then you feel this surge of energy, in theory, go through your body, and you roll a d4 to see if you can actually succeed on this check.
Where do I find it? Where do I find it on the character?
Bottom left-hand corner,
Oh,
there's
okay.
an icon.
Yeah, there's a little die icon. You can use it there.
It's the
There you
pyramid.
go, simple as.
4.
Hey!
And that ups your 16 to a 20. You
Okay.
like feel this burst of energy in your body, and you surge forward towards the goblin.
Can I grab it by the hair and throw it back? And
Make
just
an
start
athletics
kicking?
check.
What?
Make an athletics check.
Athletics check.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. Unfortunate. Okay.
You are unable to grab it, and it starts continuing to run away.
Okay.
However, like as it runs, it provokes an opportunity attack from you, and you may make that now.
Okay.
Beat the shit out of it.
Okay. So that would be an unarmed strike, right? Oh my gosh.
Yep. Unfortunately, your unarmed strike misses, and the goblin disappears into the brush.
I failed you.
Oh dear.
This is
The
unfortunate.
goblins have now fled.
So I can't just track it down and try to slaughter its entire family.
You can attempt to track it, like track its trail, but
Are we still in combat or are we good now?
No, the combat is now over.
Help!
And kind of just glancing to where the draw went, and also
You
to
hear
the
like
voice.
a quiet help from underneath.
Yeah. And just kind of looking in both directions with a sigh. Both of you get out here.
Are you going to obey what the voice says? The two of you? Verona?
Yeah, Mister.
Verona, Alistair? You guys gonna listen to it?
I will obey the voice, yes.
I was the little voice. Help!
You just hear another help from underneath.
Crawl out and come here. I'm not coming to you under that damned wagon.
You just hear sobbing.
I'll walk on over. I'll see what's up. I'll crouch there. I'm like covered in blood though, so like I might be a little
Begrudgingly.
intimidating.
Begrudgingly,
just-
I'll roll out.
You roll over, which like in hindsight wasn't the best idea because it hurts your wound and you just feel like the pain is like you roll over your wound.
Just dragging out with some blood trails. Like a snail! I'm a snail!
You watch as a blood snail just like kind of ekes its way out from under, and you notice it's a fellow tiefling.
Help! please.
Yes, come here.
I'm coming.
Just walks over, grabs the drow by the wrist, proceeds to drag him over to the tiefling.
Hey,
I'm hissing.
Does Gnome, do you do anything?
I'm hissing at the drow.
You're hissing at the So you're like
What is
crouching
your
in the tree
problem?
line, like hissing at the drow.
Yeah, I back up as the drow approaches, and I'm just hissing at it.
What is
Darling.
your problem?
As I said earlier, these two are your responsibility. You can hiss and pitch a fit later.
Can I
have
make
an arrow wound through my torso. Help me, or I'm dying and cursing you all. Please.
I'm intrigued by the thought of that.
You can be intrigued with my foot up your arse if you don't help me. Please.
Threaten me one more time and I'm not healing you.
Then I'll lick you. Is that better?
Tolerable.
Do you actually lick? Verona, do
I
you lick the
keep
tiefling?
my promises.
Alright.
Just tail flicking behind like an annoyed cat.
Your fellow
Feelings
tiefling
mutual.
just kind of like slithers along the ground, leaving a blood trail like a blood snail.
Yes.
And like gives a few just odd licks to like your shin or your shin guard. And Orla, you said there was something you wanted to do as well?
I honestly don't know. I really just don't like this drow, bro. And I'm making it as obvious as I can make it without saying those words out loud. Like,
Just some
Alistair does look
angry-
over at this point. He's like, "What is your problem?"
you are my problem.
I've
Oh,
done
no.
nothing to you.
In my understanding of the other races, that's a deep gnome. You're a drow. Figure it out.
Slowly but
Alistair
surely
just
I
kind
am
of
becoming
raises an eyebrow like, huh? Does this mean something?
Let's just say deep gnomes fucking hate your guts.
I wouldn't be the first person.
Hey,
Oh.
Set.
What? Sorry, I didn't
Alright.
hear you.
Wouldn't be the first person.
Oh, that is depressing.
And, this tiefling that just miraculously appeared and attempted and failed to throw a goblin but killed it regardless, looks at the drow and says, Sets.
And he does obey and sits where he's at.
Alright.
And first, she's going to lean down because mending takes touch and use mending on fellow tiefling.
Yay!
And specifically, what are you mending?
The stomach injury.
Is there another injury?
I thought I was the one that got hit twice.
Okay, you got hit twice. You got hit with an arrow to the knee. Both rocks missed you. Verona had an arrow in the gut and had to push it out the other way.
Unfortunately, mending does not repair living creatures. You can use it to repair a corpse, but not living creatures.
I'm almost there.
Okay,
A lot of
fine,
blood on this
roll-
ground.
I'll roll my medicine. Hold on.
Go
Okay,
ahead
while
and
you
roll your
guys-
medicine check.
While you
Attempt to
guys
defend.
do that, I'm gonna start. I'm just gonna start
I'm
scrubbing
using
myself with
guidance
dirt.
on myself.
Another cast of guidance.
Yeah, I'm using guidance on myself. Okay,
Can you not?
so that's a 12 for my medicine instead of an 8.
Oh,
Does that work?
Alrighty. That works.
I live.
So you see as like that your stomach wound is like very, very like meticulously pushed together, and the tiefling kind of flicks a little bit of fire from its hands and cauterizes your wound. Let's see.
Quiet mumbling in Infernal with my thaumaturgy.
Yes. So you hear like just demonic whispers around you as it happens. You know, it almost feels like just a little disturbing and a little bit creepy, but like you're a tiefling, you're used to that kind of thing. You can
I
even
know what you're
understand some of what
saying.
it's saying.
Better not be talking mess. I'll lick you. That's my threat now.
You already did.
And I'll do it again. Thank you for your hard work.
Thank you for not dying.
I'm trying.
Perfection.
So,
All right. So, looking around yourself, you know, like it seems that there's no goblins nearby anymore. And those that were around have retreated.
can
What
I
will you
loot the
do?
bodies?
Yeah.
Okay.
When she's done, can I use their corpses as a warning?
Sorry. I found that too funny.
I was a victim of an arrow. I demand.
Let me give me a few seconds to. All right. You find on the corpse of one of the three goblins. Are you
Which
gonna
one?
loot each one?
Huh?
On the corpse of the, are you gonna loot each of them or just one? Does anybody also want to loot a goblin corpse while she's looting?
I'm taking care of the
Yeah.
arrow to the knee for Alistair. I rolled an 18.
Okay. So like you staunch the bleeding and don't restore any hit points, but you patch it up. It's like he can walk on it at the very least now. It's not something that's gonna like hurt really bad. Just like sharp pains, nothing like unbearable.
There.
Thank you.
Yeah, if no one else is looting, I'm looting all of them.
Alrighty. So, you skitter around the corpses, and from the one that you decapitated with your foot, you gather 24 copper pieces that seem to be in a small pouch on its waist. Another one has coins strewn out all about it, and after gathering them together, you find 25 copper pieces. And finally, on the last goblin that was slain, I believe by Alistair, or no, this was the one that died from, right, this is the one that died from Nemea dropping it.
I didn't kill it. It was just unintentional.
You notice, like, it has two strange looking, like, medallions on its, like, that are, like, woven through its ears, almost like gauges.
Oh.
And on, like, looking at the medallions, you notice that they've got a really, really dazzling gleam to them. You push
Gems.
one out of the goblin's disgusting, sallow, stinky flesh, and you notice that these aren't just any medallions, these are platinum pieces. And you get 2 platinum pieces.
Oh.
Damn.
That's double what he was, what Gundren Rockseeker was offering to give you for this transport. You are rolling right now.
I'm gonna like scamper back to the group, and I'm gonna like, I don't know, I'm probably gonna butcher this name, so sorry about that. But I'm gonna give Nemea a few, and it's obvious that I'm hiding some, but like Nemea help me, and you know, even if I hate Alistair, you know,
How
this
many
gnome
are you
can be
gonna give?
sweet. What?
How many are you gonna give to each? How much are you gonna give?
How many copper pieces do I have?
You have 49.
Oh my gosh!
49 and 2 platinum pieces.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm hiding. Well, like I with the platinum pieces, I'm like holding them in my left hand, and it's quite obvious I have something in my left hand. It's like a child trying to like hide candy kind of thing. But like I give Namiya like 20, and I'm like, thank you for helping me.
Mhm. What are you holding in your other hand, darling?
That helps in
Are you
trade.
gonna-
Actually lowering herself to be of equal gaze to the cute little gnome instead of like being like towering above, so you have to like break your neck to look at me.
And Orla, are you gonna try to deceive her?
Depending. Are you like being like, I don't know, motherly? Are you like being
Yes, actually.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna look like a kicked puppy. And I'm gonna like try to hide both of the platinum pieces like within my hands to hide it from everyone else. But
Yeah.
like I'm cupping them in my little hands and I'm just like showing it.
Honey, what are you hiding?
I don't know. I just found this.
May I see
It's
it?
shiny. It makes my brain go brr.
May I see the shiny?
I just am cupping it in my hands to show, and
You show him out, and you notice, that's 2 platinum pieces. You've scarcely seen any of those in your life.
they're shiny.
No, my.
Her ears twitch for a minute. Do you know what these are?
Shiny? They're
They're
shiny.
platinum. This is platinum.
Is that better than like a sapphire?
Yes.
It is.
It's more than 10 gold. How about that?
Huh? That's cool. I could kill spiders with this.
Oh my god.
And
I
Alistair makes no
I could-
reaction to that.
I could pay people to kill spiders with this.
You could.
that you could.
Because you basically have the equivalence of 20 gold in your hands.
Oh! Am I rich?
Considering most things can go between, I think at max 1 to 10 gold pieces, depending on how you're living, yes.
Oh. Should I use them as jewelry? Like the other guy did? He had it in his ears.
No.
They looked pretty cool.
That's a goblin for you, but unless you want to be attacked by bandits and people who could pick you up and throw you, I wouldn't recommend it.
Oh. Are you gonna pick me up and throw me now that I have these?
No.
Oh.
Unless you want me to throw you an enemy.
That sounds kind of fun.
How about
my
this?
mom would find that fun.
How about this? And thank you for the 20 copper. Let me hold on to these for you. I'm going to put them in this empty pouch, you see?
Oh. Do you want the
You
rest of
what?
them? And I just like hand you my fistful of money.
Oh my god.
Here, let's put them in this empty pouch.
Okay.
All right. So you slide the coins and they jingle into this empty pouch.
That way you don't have to struggle carrying anything since you're more so throwing hands and kicking people.
Okay, but can I get something shiny? Like
Yes,
with
we
them
can get
later?
you something shiny.
Okay. I'm happy.
And for those of you who are like new to D&D and like would like to know meta values of things, metagaming a little bit here, she just picked up with those 2 coins roughly the equivalent of $10,000 US.
Jesus!
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's why Nemea was like trying to keep her cool and compassion. Like, how the fuck?
God.
And now she's going to look over the other fucking goblin bodies. Like, do these ones have those funny ear gauges too?
Yeah. honestly. That sounds important. You go ahead and look around, and you see just like no, most of the goblins are just like completely ignorant of everything. It looks like they had just like crawled out of the sewer. Nothing bright or shiny on them whatsoever, other than like the tips of their little flint arrows.
Do you think I would
So
check and see if the arrows are possibly something that she can salvage?
sure.
Because it's like, okay, there's an archer. We might be able to use these.
Yeah. So you look like amongst the arrows that the goblins had, and do me a favor and roll survival.
Lucky schmokey. 17.
All right. So, amongst the arrows that the goblins had, you were able to salvage 4 of them. So you have like 4 arrows. You can add them to your inventory, or you can give them to Alistair.
Just gonna hand them off to the drow.
All right.
Thank you.
And standing over your combat, you've grown a little bit closer to these otherwise complete strangers. For some of you, that means nothing.
That
For others,
means nothing to me and Alistair.
for others, you might feel comfortable around them, like just a little bit more, maybe enough even to give them your name.
Well, so that we aren't tieflings number 1 and 2 for you. You may call me Nemea, I suppose.
What's up?
What's up?
Sup, bruh?
I've given up. I'm just gonna chill. Hey.
And then there's this soft squeaking. There is soft squeaking, and this little albino rat just peeks his head up. Oh, right.
Is it within
Listen,
your
squeakers.
clothing or a pouch or
Mhm. In my clothing.
in your clothing?
Comes out of like my tunic.
So
What's
you
that?
see
Between the
this
boba.
rat, like crawl out from between the booba, and
What's that? What's that?
This is my pet mouse, Squeakers.
Squeakers? Oh my gosh.
It's adorable.
It's fluffy. Every single other time I try to pick up a small fluffy thing like that, it likes to bite me. Oh my god.
That sounds good.
Verona, you like look up and notice this like creature. How do you react to the presence of yet another fuzzy thing?
Can I pet it?
You can pet Squeakers. Goodness.
I'm sorry. Don't mind me. I love cute things. And that's the cutest thing I've seen. Look at it.
We're going to have to adjust a wagon to be pulled by the solitary living oxen. It's
He
not
has
like
a
a
name.
necromancer. Oh?
His name is Bernard. Please be generous. His best friend just died.
Okay, well, we're going to have to adjust the wagon so Bernard can pull it on his own. Because I don't think any of us are necromancers as far as I'm aware.
You
Do you
can tell
want
from
me
the
to
look
try
of the ones
helping
around
to
you.
pull the wagon?
No, sweet baby.
No, it's alright, darling.
Okay, that's good, because I think I might have a hard time.
Thank
Uh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over and pet Bernard.
I want to go pet him, but I can't. It hurts to.
Should I roll animal handling to pet Bernard?
no, you do not need to roll animal handling to pet Bernard. Bernard seems to have been pacified and somewhat tamed by your other fellow tiefling.
You're welcome.
Speaking of which, you haven't quite caught her name or their name.
My dear gremlin tiefling, what is your name?
What do you think it is?
If I knew, I wouldn't be asking, darling.
Exactly. That's the point.
Okay, then I'm just gonna call you gremlin. Not it.
Never mind. You can call me. You can call me Rona. How about that?
All right, Rona.
And the rest of you overhear that. And you're not sure if that's okay for you to call it too, but you just kind of like you know that like you at least have a name for this
All are welcome.
individual.
I keep a note of it, but I don't use it at this moment.
Yeah. All right. So yes, you may pet Bernard, and there's no reason for you to roll any animal handling check or anything. It seems that Bernard has grown quite accustomed to that or to that who was riding on his back. The oxen's eyes kind of sparkle with a little bit of loyalty as you approach Verona.
There might be a little bit of glitter in there too.
Yeah, maybe also some stray glitter.
Can we wash that out? I don't think it's good for him. It's like he's crying.
I'll
tears, like,
gently
forming.
rinse out his eyes with some water.
Thanks.
You take your water skin and you pour it over his eyes, and the glitter just kind of gently flows out. The ox gives an approving.
Oh my god.
There you go.
So, with that, it appears that you're ready to continue on your trail. Are you going to do that?
I would like to improvise the wagon to be able to be hauled by a singular oxen, since the other one's kind of partially decapitated.
All right. Let's see. So you go ahead and reorganize things. You get Bernard in the front, and the cabin is ready to take off.
Okay, I have it fixed up.
Oh, wow.
I'm applauding.
That was
I'm going to
Aren't you
gently
the
lift
jack
up
of
the
all
deep
trades?
gnome. I'm going to gently lift up my little deep gnome friend and put them at the front.
I am very oily and very bloody.
It's fine. We'll get to a bath later. If we find a river as we're going, I'm going to dunk you in it.
It's
All
okay.
right.
I take dust baths.
Oh,
What
you're
what
getting-
what
okay,
what
you're
would you
getting
do
to
to
a
me in a
bath.
river?
You're getting a river
Wash
bath.
you.
You, what do you mean wash me in a river?
You're
Oh,
coated
damn
in
it.
Have you
blood
ever
or
heard of
oil?
soap, friend?
No.
Or a bear?
You're getting a river bath.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is a river bath?
You're getting water and soap, and we're cleaning off all those years of gunk off of you.
Why would someone
Getting
wash
all
with
that
water?
blood off of you.
Oh, you
That's
sweet
it.
baby.
Honey.
Nemea, after lifting up the gnome, you notice that like where you touched the gnome's skin, there's like a thin film of like almost slime. That's like a mix of like blood and like it seems a little bit of excrement.
She's just kind of staring at her hand for a minute
Oh,
before
God.
slowly leaning down and wiping them on the dead oxen.
You
You
notice
leave
like,
Julius alone.
you notice like the tiefling's face is like kind of shriveled up in disgust, like
You can hear the dial-up noise in my head for a minute there, and see like the loading icon over my head just about. Okay.
in your head you just kind of like, well, that's something I'm repressing.
Yeah, it's just like it's not the worst because I've seen and done worse, but we're not gonna think about that.
A friendly reminder to wear gloves with her.
Yeah, no that. If we find a river, we are cleansing our little gnome friend.
Alrighty.
Whether she
No.
wants to or not.
You're gonna continue around the I assume you're gonna continue around the wreckage.
Yes.
Goodbye,
Okay.
Julius.
So leaving the oxen's corpse, like you attempt to kind of continue down, but of course the road is blocked by the corpses of the two horses. I'm gonna need an athletics check to move them out of the way.
Question.
Yes.
Would I be able to skin all the animals that are here?
Yes.
That might take a little bit, but at least it's extra supplies and nothing goes to waste.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do that.
That's
All
what
right,
he would
you're
have
gonna
wanted.
skin
Even
the
the
horses.
goblins?
Skin the horses, skin the oxen, gather up the bones, bleed them out, all that.
Okay,
Full
so you're gonna
survival
attempt.
pick.
The whole-
Okay, so that's going to be. We're gonna call that 5 survival checks in a row.
Okay,
lord.
I can do that. Since that's like d20s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, yeah, just make sure to add a 2 with all of them. So 86.
That's
So
96. Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
'Cause I got
Congratulations.
that 20 in the middle of all that too.
A nat 20. Oh man. Okay. Well. There you go. As simple as that. All right. Well, everyone, you watch as Nemea very quickly gets to work. She sighs to herself, and like kind of mumbles something about not letting the dead go to waste. And she proceeds to produce a pair of like a skinning knife, and like a few bits of butcher's tools, and she starts to slice up the varying dead animals that you found on the trail. And though their meat is a little kind of sus, they are kind of cut up into bits and
The horse
prepared.
meat can be used as bait.
Yeah, they're prepared in different ways, that they might be used. So you receive, I'm going to give you 2 pounds of horse meat that you can add to your inventory as a custom item, Nemea. We're going to do 2 pounds of leather that you get from the oxen, and 1 pound of beef. As well as a collection, we're going to call them a collection of bones that weigh like 5 pounds.
All right.
So go ahead and add those to your inventory and collect them together. And the trail is now cleared. You've got all that stuff on you, and you're ready to forge onward.
Can you also send that to me in the DM?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Here. Let me DM you. That's 2 pounds. And okay, there we go.
Thank you.
Now, moving onward, you guys continue down the trail, on your journey to Phandalin. After a few more hours of journeying, you, Orla, roll a perception check.
Okie dokie. Here I am going to. Where is it? There we go. 13.
All right. Let's see. So you said 13?
Yep.
You notice something strange as the caravan continues onward. You notice this like silent troubadour who sits on a rock at the side of the road and seems to be playing like this lute. And he just kind of has his head down. He's in the middle of nowhere, and he's just kind of sitting there and just playing his lute. The tune he's playing is calm and relaxed and instills like a sense of, peace in you. But it's still odd to see somebody out here all the way in the wilderness.
It is indeed.
I don't trust it.
I don't trust it either.
Do I feel any like strange urges, or is it just some guy literally just playing his instrument out in the middle?
You don't feel anything strange. You just feel calm.
That's strange for Orla, okay? Let's see. I don't know. It's something I don't think I've really heard music like this ever. So I'm definitely probably like scooching over in like the cart thing, and I'm gonna try to get like as close to it, cause like, what is this kind of thing?
Are you gonna stop the cart and like kind of pop out and
Am I still driving?
talk to the?
Wait.
Yeah, you're driving.
Yeah, I'm stopping the cart then. I'm just letting go of the reins.
All right.
And I'm
So
gonna,
you
like,
stop the cart, and like everybody, you notice the cart come to a sudden stop, as you hear Orla scuffling, getting off her stack of books and stepping out to the this troubadour who seems to be so mysteriously playing music in the middle of the woods. And Orla, what are you gonna say?
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna walk up. I'm gonna stare at him, like, you know how, like, I don't know if, you know, I don't know if you know. Never mind. I don't know how to describe. Like, is he sitting down?
Yeah, he's sitting down on like a small boulder, about 3 feet in height.
Okay, so he still towers over me.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's around 6 feet tall.
Oh my gosh.
Slightly taller than me. How dare.
I'm just gonna, like, stand, like, pretty much just, like, a foot away. Like, really just inside of his bubble kind of thing. And I'm just standing there. I don't know. I'm not really, like, I'm just like, oh.
He doesn't seem to notice you. His feathered hat has a long, like, wide brim and hangs down over his face as he seems to be paying more attention to his lute than anything else around him.
Yeah. I don't know. I like.
Wouldn't a man know this song?
Sorry, what?
Wouldn't a man know this song?
No. This song is unfamiliar to all.
I'm gonna go over and lift up his hat a little bit.
You lift up his hat, and he stops playing, and so, like, you go back to the silence of the forest, and he goes, "Oh, hey there. Can I help you?"
What are you doing out here in the middle of the forest?
I'm taking in the sounds of nature and playing my song.
What was that?
It's music, little lady.
Oh.
In the middle of the forest?
Of course.
When
There's
there are
no better
goblins
way
that
to
can
hone
attack you.
goblins.
Yeah.
He
Gestures
raises
at
an
the
eyebrow.
fact of the injured individuals of the cart.
Oh my goodness.
Literally
I didn't notice.
covered in blood. Hey.
And no, I'm covered in blood.
I'm terribly sorry.
There's a lot
Sometimes
covering the
I
nose.
just lose myself in the music, you know? Give me one
Don't-
second. I'm sure I can help you.
Don't
you
touch
hear-
me.
He doesn't like reach out to touch you. Instead, he begins to strum his lute, and you hear the same song again. But this time, it's tuned a little bit, and the notes sound a little bit warmer, is the way I would describe it, as the wound that was cauterized by Nemea, like the wound where you were shot with the arrow, Verona, it starts to glow a golden yellow.
Uh-oh.
And it feels... It hurts a little bit, but in almost a good way. It doesn't feel... Like, it hurts in the way that a shot hurts, as opposed to, like, getting stabbed. And then there's nothing, and no pain. And in fact, you feel happy. This kind of joy rises up inside of you. Though it's not overwhelming. It's not like exciting you or anything. It's just a peace, a kind of peaceful joy. And that same thing starts to happen to each of you unless you resist it.
I'm rolling a resistance.
You're gonna try to resist it?
Yes.
All right. So, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, where's my constitution? There's my constitution. Boop. I rolled a 15.
You instead of feeling the happiness, you kind of like steel yourself, and the song, like though it is beautiful, you just kind of brush it off, and grit your teeth and just try to ignore it as best
Tail
you
flick.
can.
Tail flick.
For the most part, it
I don't
works.
resist it, but I am suspicious.
What? Sorry?
I don't resist it, but I'm suspicious of why he's out here in the middle of the forest to begin with.
Okay. And you witness, like, as your wound as well closes up, Alistair. It glows this bright color and then stitches itself back together. You are restored to full health. Same with you, Verona.
Do the thing?
Yep, you're restored to full health. Go ahead and get all your health points back.
Orla definitely is not fighting this. Orla probably has never really felt anything like this. So she is like so amazed. She even like uses her little tiny grimy hands to just grab on the dude's like pant leg, and she just like stares up at him because she doesn't know what this emotion is. She's just like, oh, like there's wonder in her large eyes. I don't know. She's just very happy.
Let's not let you cling onto a strange man.
He stops playing again, and he kind of looks down at you and goes, "Always nice to meet a fan, little lady."
Yeah, I'm holding Orla in my arms, eating.
You're like, are you like picking up Orla and taking her away from him?
She can watch from a distance. Don't touch her. Stay away.
He just kind of sits there and like shrugs as you do it, and then goes back to playing his.
She may be grimy, but she's ours. Thank you.
I think we've been distracted enough. Let's continue.
Yeah.
Can he come with?
No.
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 He's
Besides,
busy. He's having a great time out
listening
here.
He's listening to the sound of nature and learning more of music. Let's just. You can sit with the others. I'll drive this time.
He has his own responsibility.
Say goodbye. You can say goodbye, Orla, and then we're leaving. He's not coming.
Orla, are you gonna say goodbye?
Can I actually just like I'll walk up acting like I'm gonna say goodbye, but then I'm gonna grab his pant leg and ask him if he wants to come with.
Okay. So, is there anybody who would like to attempt to stop her from doing that before?
I would, yes.
Please.
All right, Alistair, you are going to be the first to react then, since you were the first to opt in. Go ahead and roll a, we're going to call it a sleight of hand check.
It is
A 9.
A 9. All right. And as such, Orla, you go ahead and you go like you're going to say goodbye, and you cling to this stranger's pants leg, and you look up at him with your kicked puppy eyes, and you what do you say?
Yeah, we're gosh, I don't know what to say. Dang it. Do you want to come with us?
And he just he looks down and stops playing his lute once more, and he kind of brushes his kind of lightly brown hair to the side, and cracks a smile at you through his like rough shaven beard, and he goes, "Well, from what your compatriots have been staring at me
And growling.
over the past few moments, I'm not sure if they'd be inclined to come for me to come along, but I appreciate the offer, little miss."
Oh.
Hiss. Hiss.
Where are you from? And are you going in the same direction we are?
I'm just a traveling troubadour. I'm looking to spread my song to whoever will listen. Came down here from Neverwinter a couple days ago.
They also came from Neverwinter. We're heading to Phandalin.
They? Or who? I'm sorry?
A little trading post.
Oh, yes, I know Phandalin. I'm talking about who came from Neverwinter? What'd you say?
Gestures at the 3.
What's up?
All of us set out from Neverwinter.
Y'all are travelers. Did you catch any of my performances?
This is
This
the
is the
first
first one.
time.
Can't say I have.
I don't leave often.
You watch as like a a kind of shadow falls over his face, and he's just like, I knew I should be performing at higher rate taverns.
And just
Hmm.
kind of glancing down at Orla. Darling,
He can
would it make
come
you-
from a
would it make
distance.
you happy if he came with us?
You got a ride?
His music, it's music. Yeah, his music, it makes me feel something inside.
So that's a yes, okay.
You got a ride, dancing man, singing, music man, whatever you are.
Sure.
I would assume that if you'd let me, I could ride in that cart of yours.
There's enough room. Just
Fine.
we'll let it be for now. Orla, you can be in the back with him and listen to his music, okay?
Yay! She seems like genuinely happy. Like,
So much joy in that tiny little frame.
yeah.
It is just like,
will be glaring a little bit.
If
Drow.
Orla sees that glare, she is
Everyone
like
in the
hissing.
cart, everyone in the cart is just staring daggers at this bard. that
Nemea
you
is the only
picked up.
one that's not. She's just kind of like in that mode of acceptance, like, okay.
No, I'm a Bernard. I'm chilling.
Okay,
Alistair, do you
I'm
want to be
an
up
accent.
front with me?
Why not?
Puts the
And
books in
so-
the back.
you climb to the front of the cart, and the group of you kind of sit up in the front while Orla and the stranger sit in the back. And he begins to play his lute again as you get on
Like cracking the whip.
a little bit further on the trail.
Traveling
Wait,
elevator.
so, like, does he, here, let me see how I can ask this. Sir, do you have any fun stories?
Fun story. Well, this one time in a little place called Bertha's, down on the edge of Neverwinter, right outside the city limits, I found myself a little gig, and it was interesting because there were these 4 orcs there in the bar. Looked like they were the rough and tumble types, you know? Sat there, playing my song, doing my thing, and I tell you, I've never seen music move an orc like that before. These orcs there, they started crying and weeping, and there was snot everywhere. It was truly an emotional thing. But after that, each of them came to my door that night, and after some troublesome negotiations in Orcish, I came across a bit of a fascinating thing. I didn't know about orcs, but they make the darndest good cookies.
What's a cookie?
Orcs can make cookies.
Not surprised, really.
You wouldn't believe ordinarily, if you're where I'm from, that an orc could be capable of threshing wheat and making it into flour, but god damn, there was some sugar in those.
Do you have any
You asked me
cookies
what a
on-
cookie was, little
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, what's a cookie?
It's a little treat. What do you eat, little creature?
Bugs? Whatever I can find?
Imagine the
deep
tastiest bug you've ever had.
Oh my god.
Can I dig in my pocket for a cookie? I'm sure I stashed some.
Let's see. We're gonna roll. I'll make you roll something for it.
Okay.
Okay, so roll. We're gonna roll history. for it. see if at some point in the past you stashed a cookie with your rations.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looks like it.
Was that a nat 20?
No, it
No,
was
it was
not
an
nat
18.
20.
Okay, rolled an 18. All right. So you rummage through your pack and you find that you did in fact have a cookie on you. And so you take the cookie out, and like overhearing this conversation, you reach over and you pass it to Orla.
Orla.
And this is Verona, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the like tiefling that sequined the ox kind of waves over to you, Orla. You know, she introduced herself as Rona.
Orla.
She holds the cookie over to you, and he goes, "Oh, right there, that's one. That's a cookie."
Here, and try it.
Flat.
Orla, are you gonna eat the cookie?
She's confused. It's flat. It's
Yeah.
it's a weird
That's-
color.
This isn't bug.
This is a curse.
This is the bug. It's not moving.
No, they don't move, buddy. They're cooked.
Just
Or
give
like-
it a little nibble.
Here, give it a nibble. Give it a nibble.
Or like grabs it and gives it a little nibble. She seems kind of confused. It
Do
doesn't
you
taste
want to
like
see
a
the
bug.
cold troubadour try one?
Huh?
You want to see the big man try one too, Orla?
Yeah. I'm actually going to tear my cookie in half and offer it, but like, you know, there's blood and grime all over my hands.
Here, I'll give him one. I'll give him one. You can curse. Don't offer anyone else your food, sweetie, until you get your bath. Or ever, actually.
You are a natural. I want to take a second to metagame. You're a natural at this, Aya. Okay, moving on.
You want one, big guy?
Well, I am a little bit peckish.
Take
I'll
one.
take one, sure. And
Enjoy.
he reaches out to grab it, takes it from you, and he sits there and goes, reminds me of home.
Where is home?
Girls up front, you want one?
Sure.
Here, let me wiggle up there. And I'll just pass them out, one for everybody.
Just has it like dangling from her lip, just nibbling on it as she's just watching the road. Slowly.
It like starts to slide out, and your tongue like slides out of your mouth and scoops it back up in.
There's
Because
one for the
tieflings have
little,
long fucking tongues, don't you know?
there's one for the little squeaky friend too. Feed.
Oh.
And Squeakers just excitedly comes out from the tunic and just sits on her lap and just with these little tiny paws, just grabby hands at it.
Oh, here, eat.
And just
Oh.
happy little. Nom, 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 nom.
Oh.
All right. Roll perception, Miss Nemaya.
Namayu!
Or Nemea. Nemea, sorry.
There you go. Yeah, no, I perceive nothing. It's a 5.
Oh,
There's no such thing as perceiving.
just cookie. Only cookie.
Exactly, only Cookie and Squeakers.
Maybe there's too much glitter in your cookie and you started coughing.
I do not apologize for the glitter.
Meander forward for a decent bit of time, before, suddenly, Bernard, was it? Bernard was the name of the ox?
Yeah.
What happened to my baby?
Suddenly, Bernard jerks, and you hear as a
My
rope
baby!
coils around Bernard's front leg and yanks him upward. The cart is upturned slightly as Bernard is pulled into the air by an expertly made snare trap that wraps around his hooves and pulls him upward. You hear a as Bernard's leg breaks.
Shit.
Bernard!
Drow, hold my
Bernard
rat.
is-
I gently
Hold
hold
my rat.
Squeakers.
Bernard is like thrashing around and is very clearly scared.
Don't move! Stop! You're gonna hurt yourself.
Okay, can I do animal handling while trying to free him?
Go ahead.
At least that one I have more confidence on. Eat. I rolled a 14.
Okie dokie. You manage to like pat his back and calm him down. You know he's in a lot of pain, so you try to empathize with him.
And I'm gonna speak in Druidic to like just softly calm him down.
And so he starts
Can
to
I-
breathe
Can
more
I roll to
slowly.
cut down the trap?
Yep, go ahead. Make a. Nope, you don't even have to roll. You kind of like stand up on top of like the upturned cart, and you cut the rope that's binding the ox's leg.
My baby.
Bernard
You're free.
falls down to the ground.
Oh.
And unfortunately, his leg is broken and he can't walk.
No. Bernard.
And do some
No.
medicine.
However, you hear, "Hold on a second, I understand." And the bard steps forward onto the cart and like places his foot over like the threshold, like from the back of the cart into like or the front seat basically. And he stands there for a few seconds and plays a gorgeous little strum. And as this tune kind of rings out, the same golden light that you saw from before seems to seep into the fractured leg of Bernard, and you watch as Bernard's leg starts to fix itself. It mends itself back together.
Baby. You're okay. You're okay.
And all of a sudden, Bernard is all better. Just like that.
I don't know what's in that fucking music, but thanks. My
Just a
baby.
little bit of creation magic.
You saved my
Wait.
Bernard. You have a
Creation
little of my
magic.
respect.
You're not just your average bard wandering around, are you?
Nope. Was trained in the College of the World to sing the song of, well, the planet. Everything
Who are
I
you
do,
really?
I'm a bard. I'm a traveling bard. That's where I
He's
was
a
trained.
traveling bard who knows how to use creation magic, which is
Yeah.
basically the highest tier healing magic I know of.
So, as I said before, who are you?
You never gave us a name.
Ever.
Terribly sorry, he says with his, like, finishing off the last bits of his cookie.
I mean, fair.
Fair enough. Cookies come first.
Exactly.
He goes, "Oh, yeah. Terribly sorry. My name is Jeff."
My name is Jib. Okay.
But you can call me Jeffrey.
My name is
Isn't
Jib.
that
That's it.
backwards?
I'm a bard that was
It's
trained in the College of Bards at Neverwinter.
You
Me
know,
and my
typically, if someone
Jeff?
says their name is Jeffrey, they would say, "Oh, but you can call me Jeff."
Yeah,
Why is it
that's kinda
backwards for you?
Is that strange?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, that's the way it's always been for me. Nobody ever told me it was weird back home.
Is everything backwards at home?
Do you have
Do you
like,
have-
oh no,
Do you have mics that you say can call Michael? What's going on?
If I answer yes, will you be concerned?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm
Okay, so
gonna
your
I'm gonna
hometown is a little backwards. Got it.
Y'all bathe in mud, right?
No.
Mud!
No.
Mud, you get it.
Oh, you're getting hosed down too. You're going to the river.
Jeff,
Yeah.
my name's Orla Austoni. And
Hello.
I tried to
It's lovely
shake
to
your
meet you,
hand.
Orla.
Very grimy hand.
He reaches his hand out, and you notice that underneath his gloves, his fingertips are coming out.
What?
And each of his fingertips is covered in an equally grimy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
Stand away.
Yep.
Jeff,
We are
here?
bathing both of them.
Jeff, look at me. Look me in my eyes.
Both of them.
Look,
I'm sorry. I'm
You're
sorry.
taking a damn bath with water.
It's a bath.
You'll find out.
Oh,
Why
okay.
is it that we've now found two people who don't understand what a bath is?
I'm fearing for my health. I'm fearing for Bernard. What if he gets sick because of your grimy paws? Don't touch my baby.
Very well. I don't need to touch. The power of my music touches all.
And the power of this water shall touch you too, my friend.
Legit.
That's not for touching, that's for drinking.
Mm-hmm. Sure. It'll drink your skin. Your skin will drink it out. It's gonna need it.
You guys drink water?
Orla.
Damn, these are theory weird that I've never seen before.
You don't get to speak, Jeffrey.
All right.
Everyone back in the
You
crate.
sit back there, eat your cookie, play your music.
Yes, ma'am.
Good boy. Orla,
Yeah.
go lay down. Go lay
Lay
down.
down.
Lay down. I'll give you a cookie. Just lay down.
I don't want another cookie. It doesn't taste like bugs.
Do you want a bug? Should I get you a bug? I'll
Is
get
there
you a
any
juicy
centipedes?
beetle. Can you lay down first?
Do you have any centipedes?
I'll find one.
They're silly. I like to play with their
Mhm.
legs.
You like the silly leggy one? You want to lay down for your silly leggy friend?
I don't want to lay down.
If you don't lay
Really?
down,
I'm a
Just go sit
grown
somewhere. Sit
woman.
somewhere. Just go sit somewhere, please.
if you don't lay down, you're not getting your silly leggy friends.
I'll get you two. You want two? I'll get the really long one.
Oh my god.
Also just shaking his head at this
Orla's
point.
like
How do you-
standing there, like her world has just like exploded. She is so confused. She does not understand this kind of like people treating her like this. She's just well, like she's like a deer in the headlights. She does not know what is going on.
Darling,
I reach in the bag
sit.
for a centipede or something. Oh no. Can I go fetch a centipede for you?
Do you want to go look for a centipede real quick?
For a centipede? So Orla can go sit somewhere and keep her
Alright.
grubby
Can I
little
roll a
hands.
nature check and see if I find one?
Please.
Go ahead.
People are desperate.
Okay. I don't trust the online dice. I'm rolling my physical one. Hey, got a nat 20.
Oh, sure enough. All right. So, not only do you find a centipede, but Orla, you watch as Nemea holds her hand to the right, like of her. She like kind of holds her hand out and she like moves it, waves it over the underbrush and the ground, and then you watch as she shoves her hand, plunges it violently into the ground, and then squeezes the earth, and she pulls up a fistful. As the earth like sifts between her fingers, she pulls up this fistful of centipedes and all your favorite insects to eat.
Oh my gosh. That's so nice. Okay. I take a centipede, and I don't know if this is considered graphic, but I'm going to take the legs, one by one, off of
There
the
is no
centipede.
such thing as graphic at the moment.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I am
Huh.
taking each leg off of the centipede. And I'm
As,
putting them in my mouth.
As
Oh.
Jeffrey watches you do this, he's just gonna like lower his hat and start playing again.
Yeah.
I have one question for my two stinky friends in the back.
Yeah.
Do you know what a toothbrush is?
Probably not.
Oh,
Shh. I don't know.
what's a tooth?
Jeffrey. Jeffrey. Jeff. Do you know what a toothbrush is? Please.
He's just ignoring you. He's just sitting there playing on it.
He's ignoring life right now because of what he just saw. It's
Yeah,
fine.
he's-
So like, just to explain, Orla's teeth are like little, like tiny, like shark teeth, but like they're very like worn down and kind of like yellow.
I use my knife as a toothpick.
What?
There's so much tartar in there. I can feel it. Oh god.
Let's continue now that Bernard is okay.
Alrighty.
Should be getting on.
Continuing down the road, the group of you encounter. Excuse me, I had a hiccup.
Hiccups are evil.
Baby.
The group of you encounter something odd.
Oh.
The ground in front of you looks a little unstable, but it's nothing too concerning. Roll perception. Roll perception, Nemea.
Another fucking nat 20. Let's go!
You notice that the, like, what do you mean it's nothing? Like, it doesn't seem to be too concerning. You kind of, like, rub your eyes for a second and look back down at it, and you notice that there's goblin tracks all around this particular, like, 6 foot across bulge of land.
Casually yank the reins to stop Bernard.
No.
And you notice that, like, this has been, like, it's not just that, like, you know, there's goblin tracks all around it. It's really crudely, like, created to, like, this piece of land has been really crudely modified to kind of cover something up. And it's very obvious that something large is being covered up. About something at least 6 feet across is being covered up by this giant, like, little plot of land. I wanted to say, like, a little flat of land, but that doesn't really make sense.
And stopping Bernard. So the cart comes to a halt again.
Yep.
I'm going to stand up. Is there a tree that I can reach when I stand up?
Tree that you can reach.
Like a
yes.
branch.
Yes. There's
I'm
a tree
going
branch
to
within
break
your arms
a
there.
branch off.
Alright.
And I'm going to throw it.
A sizable branch or just like a...
A sizable one. That would actually probably get a reaction.
Roll athletics for that.
Alright. Let's see what I can do. 18.
18. Alright, with that 18, you break off like a solid, hefty branch, maybe one weighing about like 2 pounds, and you throw it onto the, like the bulge of land, and you watch as it collapses into a, like, 10-foot deep pitfall that was dug in the middle of the road. If Bernard had fallen down there, he would have surely died.
And kind of just looking between Alistair and Rona, it's just like, huh, I guess I did know something this time.
And not
Bernard.
only that, but you notice tracks and like a line of trampled brush going off into the forest a little ways. And you, like, after tuning in, you know, and really paying attention, you even hear the rush of a river nearby.
There's a river, we're following these tracks.
To the river.
Immediately. Instantaneous.
Follow the trail.
They'll never notice. They're distracted back there. How are they gonna notice?
I'm just still
Alright.
playing with
And
Bugs,
this will
bro.
give, and this will also give Bernard a moment to actually get some fresh drink.
Yes. My baby needs hydration.
Before or after
You
the bath,
guys-
so guys.
Before. You'll please know.
You guys turn off the path and start, like, traveling through the thickets, but unfortunately, the path is too narrow for the wagon to come with. You could take Bernard, but not the wagon.
Is there another route that we can go that can also take the wagon? Because it's not like I can actually go down the road. Fucking pitfall.
And it'd be unsafe to leave one person behind.
Roll.
Okay.
I'm going to roll. Have 2 people roll athletics here. So go ahead and designate who among you wants to roll athletics, because whoever
can do
the 2
it.
people who roll are going to be the 2 that we use for this.
I'll roll as well.
Okay, so Alistair and Nemea are going to.
nat
I've got to
20.
get used to that. Nat 20 again?
Yes, but it's
You're
a minus
insane.
1 with my athletics. When it comes to my physical dice, I tend to roll higher.
That's wild. All right, well, you roll your nat 20, and with that, you roll your nat 20, and with that, you alone can accomplish this task, even though you're not the best at it. You
Hey, we can
produce
still
your
have
blade and you
the
start
drow.
cutting the foliage, like faster than Alistair can even manage to keep up with.
And I get a 19, by the way.
And somehow, like Alistair doing his very best, still can't keep up with you. And Alistair's cutting at an alarming rate. Like we're talking like he's clearing like a foot of leafage per like minute, and you're still
I
going
have
faster.
a sickle.
This is superhuman, what you're performing right here, and you're just going wild on these plants. And you watch.
Are there
as
any that can be
Maya-
used for herbs, like medicinal or even for food, while I'm doing this?
Let's see. No, but you find the skeleton of a dead traveler inside,
Oh.
or like within the leafage, that's been completely overgrown. And on his body, you find 13 gold pieces.
Cool. Go pocket that shit.
So, continuing to like cut away the leafage, you manage to clear out this full line that leads to an opening, like an opening in the forest, and that there is where you hear the river rushing at its loudest, and in front of you, you see this river that runs inside the opening of a cave. I am going to kind of like screenshot a little bit of this because I don't want you to see the entire portion just yet, but you basically see this cave, like this river that's flowing out of this cave, and the goblin tracks all lead into there.
Yo, Drow. Since I never actually caught your name.
And this is what you guys see, just so you know. I'm gonna send it into visuals. There you go.
Oh.
So upon coming out of the forest, you guys are on the far left side next to the key. And you guys come out of the forest right around there, and you see this river that like leads, or like leans out into the forest and like kind of flows further down outside of the forest, but along the forest path.
And just looking back to, the drow friend that she still never got the name of, it's just like, I found where the goblin tracks went.
Oh.
Points at the cave.
Investigate.
Bath after, probably, because she's probably going to get coated in more blood.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Okay. Where is a good place that we could hide the wagon?
Within the forest itself, like just right where you are.
Okay. She's going to unhook Bernard from the wagon so he can graze.
All right. So, you unhook Bernard, and Bernard just kind of starts to and just eats. He starts to eat his fill, and like across, like from where the opening that you've made in the forest, you see this guard post. It appears a small area in the briar thickets on the east side of the stream that's flowing out of the cave's mouth. Has been hollowed out to form this lookout post. Wooden planks flatten out the briars and bushes and provide room for guards to lie hidden and watch the area, including a pair of goblins that are lurking there right now.
Hey, Archer boy. Can you see anything up there?
Can I see anything?
Since, by this point the sun, you said the sun was going down earlier, it's probably night.
Yes, it is nighttime. However, as a drow, you have greater dark vision and can see pretty fine in the dark. One single square on that map grid that I sent you is 5 feet. And so those like goblins that you're witnessing are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, around 8 feet away. Or, sorry, 80 feet away. 80? No, 40 feet away. That's what I meant. God, I'm sorry. Yeah, they're around 40 feet away. So they're within the range of your vision. You can see them.
I also
And
have
sitting
dark
there-
vision, but mine's just not as good.
Yeah. So they're like, if you can see like at least within 60 feet, then you can see them.
Oh, then yeah, I can see them.
Okay, that's why I was asking
The
first, because I
goblins
wasn't
are
sure
40
how
feet
far
away
away they
from you.
were.
However, we have come to the end of our first session, and we will pick up next time. So, thank you, everybody. I would like to seriously thank Miss Papaya, Miss Kieran, Miss Safi, and Miss
Mr.
Pen. Or Mr. Sorry, Mr. Safi. I was so caught up. I was trying to say Kera, and then I ended up saying Safi, and I'm insane. Well, anyway, yes, I would like to thank Mr. Safi, Ms. Kieran, Ms. Pen, and Ms. Papaya, all of you, for participating in this. I hope you guys had a good time. I certainly did. And
Get
well,
out
I
of
would
here,
just
bot.
like to sincerely, like just make my appreciation known, and just thank you guys for taking the time out of your days to be a part of this. So thank you
Always
so
happy.
much. I hope you guys had a good time.
Yeah.
And I hope to see you again for our next session.
Would you like to say hi to your favorite little puppy? She's been
I
here this
would like to say
morning.
hi to my favorite little puppy.
Say hi, Teeny. Hi, Teeny. She
Hello.
just woke up.
Hello.
She's so sleepy.
Hello,
She
little
wants.
puppy. Hi.
She just wants to cuddle. I'm sorry.
Just a cute baby.
I'm gonna say goodbye to my stream really quick. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. Feel free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, darlings. So, yeah, sorry I wasn't like verbally chatting to all of you, but I was writing you guys messages throughout the entire thing. I hope that you guys saw them. If you didn't, that's totally fine. Yeah, I don't know. I'll go over Orla a bit just so you guys know for next time. Pretty much, she is a deep gnome, of course, like I said. But she is a deep gnome that pretty much like came from the Underdark, and she was chased out of the Underdark by Drow after she was trying to mess with like some Drow stuff, and she has only really been on the surface for like maybe like a year or two, so she doesn't really know like that much kind of thing. She works like odd jobs for money. She pretty much just tries to survive like day to day kind of thing. But the main thing is that she's just really she doesn't really trust people. Definitely not anything related to Lolth, because Drow and deep gnomes have like a huge like history about that for some reason. So yeah, but that's why she hates all the spiders. But yeah, so her dream in life is to find a rainbow. And just she hasn't really, because she grew up in the Underdark, she hasn't really gotten the chance to actually like find peace. So yeah, I don't know. I think like that would be a fun thing to explore. But yeah, I hope to see you guys. I am streaming tomorrow, but I also will be doing this again next week. So I hope to see you guys again next week. Maybe I will show my like D&D Beyond instead, just so you guys actually get a little bit better content, because I bet it was pretty awkward just staring at the screen the entire time. So yeah, anyways, farewell, darlings. Bye-bye. Yeet.